Good evening. Welcome to the Nick Shine Show. We're doing some technical upgrades here. There may be some things that do work. There may be some things that don't work. For example, something that you are going to notice throughout the night is my face will get narrow. As you can see behind me, the green screen isn't up. It's a white wall. I'm going to paint it. So it's taking the white parts of my beard and blending it in, thinking it's the white wall behind, and my face gets narrow and shrinks. I'm going to try to keep my shoulders up as much as I can. I know you guys are going to point it out. Have fun with that. Maybe I'm just losing weight right before your eyes. But welcome. Thank you for being here. It's the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. What a day in Jet fan history. Great day on Jake's show. Great show. We know Jake said it several times that they didn't talk Jets at all, and it might be his favorite show. I can relate to that. We did the Bobby birthday show in the summer, which was a great show. And last year, March 10th, I did a show celebrating 1 year of sobriety. Those are my two favorite shows I've ever done. This year, March 10th, we'll have year two. I'm going to make it. Spoiler alert, going to make it. So, yeah, those are always fun when you get to, Jake, myself, others do call-ins. And it's fun when you get to know your listeners. It's fun when you get to engage with them. And then it's fun to honor them. And I thought that was really well done tonight. I'm honored to be a part of it. I started watching Jake on the regular about a year ago. I knew of him, but I became a regular viewer about a year ago. And I think a year ago to where I am now with our friendship and being asked to be on the committee with Boom and Tom and Gator and Cham and Rich, I would have never envisioned that. So it's awesome. You guys are awesome because you're what makes these shows awesome. You guys are what make doing these shows worthwhile. So shout out to you guys. You guys are the fucking best. You deserve a winning team. Not in baseball, unless you're a Yankee fan, but for most of you. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, welcome. It's the Nick Shine Show. It's Sunday night. It's shine time. I'm going to talk a little Jets. Weird, I know. I'm sorry. Forgive me. We are going to talk Jets here.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
I'm sorry. I know you're in the mood for craziness. I tell you what, we get the 69 likes. We can resume the craziness here. But until we do that, I'll be right back and we'll discuss 5 possible sleeper free agents for the New York Jets. Some guys you might not be thinking of. Some guys that might not be high on your wish list. Last year, I nailed a couple. I had Tyrod Taylor becoming a Jet. I had 2 more. I had 3 of my top 5 hit. Who are 3 of my top 5? I got to ask Y2K. But last year, I hit a couple guys. Tyron Smith was one. And there was one more. But I hit 3 of my 5 last year. So let's see if I could do it again. Welcome. I think Rick Kent is here. If not, what else is he doing?
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time. Shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time? Shine time. It's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
Gentry covered in football. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Very fantastic. Thank you for being here, everybody. Little show announcement before we get started. As most of you may know, we're going to do a giveaway, raffle, a chance. Here's what I purchased. It's on its way. It's shipped today. Purchased an autographed Sauce Gardner mini helmet. It's on its way. Here's how we're going to do it. For any $5 super chat, you get a chance. Gift 5 super chats in one, or a $5 super chat. Rewind. A $5 super chat gets you a chance. A $20 super chat gets you a bonus chance. So you get 5 chances. Memberships. If you gift 1 membership, you get a chance. If you gift 5 memberships, you get a bonus one. You get 6. If you gift 10 memberships in one gift, you get a bonus of 5 and you get 15. Also for the super chat, if you give a $50 super chat, you get 15 entries. So, ladies and gentlemen, batting leadoff for the New York Yankees. He can now grow a beard. The one, the only, Mr. Jake Asman. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake is in. Everyone should try to be like Jake. I'm opening up YouTube. Give me a moment. Oh, I'm a dumbass. You guys know that, though. I opened up Jake's YouTube show. If you haven't, go subscribe to Jake. He's awesome. Jake gifted 5 memberships. They went to Sonny Miller, Betty Baboon, Bino, Bobbleneck, and Zoink Nation. Awesome. Thank you, Jake. You are the man. Legend. Absolute legend. So Jake right now is in the lead with 6 chances. Don't let Jake win. Or let him win. It's up to you guys. David D writes in with his 9-month member super chat. I'm predicting Gary to win the tournament. Butter, baby. That I'm gonna take credit. That was my idea, naming the brackets. Boomtown did so much great work, but that's my little thing. I'm like, we gotta name the regions. We gotta come up with like specific regions. Lane gets the train. Charles gets chicken soup. It was real good. It was real fun. Ladies and gentlemen, she's in the tournament. She's in the chat. And now she's digging into the wallet. Ladies and gentlemen, Leanie is in. And she gifted a membership that went to Marvelous 33. Marvelous. I hope Leanie does marvelous in the tournament. Just know, Leanie, my vote is for sale. And between the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine personal account, and my house Google account, I have 3 votes. So my inbox is open, and I will vote accordingly. Johnny, stop sending me these pictures. They're very rude. Also, shave, buddy. Trim it down a bit. But back to the New York Jets. So one more view. That is the helmet we will be raffling off. Might keep it open for the entire month. Might keep it open for 2 weeks. It's up to you guys. If you guys are having fun, you guys want a lot of chances, we'll re-up sooner. So as always, it's a chat-driven show. You drive. You're the engine that drives us. I shall steer. I'm going to steer now. into 5 possible sleeper free agents for the Jets. The first one I have, 2 monitors now too. You're going to get some head turning. You're going to see how white the beard is on the side. Here's a guy to keep an eye on. I see the Jets in free agency, not big game hunting. Also, I took this off of CBSSports.com, their top 100 list. I didn't take anybody in the top 50. Okay? So that's why they're sleepers. The first guy I have is Dayo Odeingbo. He's a defensive end from the Colts. He fits my criteria for defensive end that I want. I want a bigger defensive line. He's 6'6", 286 as an end. I like that. CBS says, after a slow start to his career, Dayo has come on the past 2 seasons as an edge player. He has 11 sacks total the past 2 seasons, including 3 last season, but his pressure numbers were up. He turns 26 in September. Now, we're not going to spend big money, in my opinion. We're going to spend smart money. We're going to spend money on guys who are going to second contracts, guys who are going to hit the market, guys who have a chance to go to a new team, find the right scheme, and improve their careers. Let me bring this down. I think that was acting up. All right, I may have zoomed in a little bit. Until the new computer gets here Tuesday, I got to push out at 480. 1080 is going to make it freeze and glitch. So extreme close-up. You don't want me on extreme close-up? Hit the like button, drop the call-in link, and we get the show moving. Now, another player to keep an eye on. I know we need an entirely new tight end room. A guy to keep an eye on is Juwan Johnson, tight end from the Saints. The 29-year-old led the Saints in receiving yards last season and has been a reliable pass catcher the past 3 seasons with 129 catches and 28 starts. He is more receiver than blocker for a tight end, but teams will be intrigued by that. We've been sitting here saying we need a better pass catcher. We need someone who can exploit the defense. If we're going to draft a tight end, which a lot of us want to do, we should get a veteran. We should get maybe someone a little longer in the tooth, someone who can teach the NFL pass route tree, someone who can teach a young tight end the ins and outs of the position in the NFL. So Juwan Johnson, I keeping an eye on you. Shout out to David T is in my Final Four. Next up, another guy who's on the rise in the NFL. His name's Jeremy Chinn. He's a strong safety from Washington. Chinn took a 1-year prove-it deal with the Commanders and was a big part of their improved defense. Chinn was much better in coverage than he was in Carolina in his first 4 seasons. That matters. He turns 27 later this month. We all know we need to upgrade the safety position. I think he can get a reasonable contract. I don't think we're going to break the bank with him. But he is a guy who's also on the rise. So Jeremy Chinn, keep an eye on you too, buddy. Now, I believe, as most do, we're going to lose Jamien Sherwood. Someone who can come in, similar player, transitioned from safety to linebacker, is Divine Diablo. This 27-year-old has made a nice transition from college defensive back to NFL linebacker. He is naturally good in coverage, but he also has the speed to chase down plays in the run game. Injuries have kept him out of games at times, but he is worth a look for teams seeking a speed upgrade at linebacker. You want to get a replacement for Sherwood? You want to get a guy who can go all around the field? You need a guy in coverage? It's a guy to keep an eye on. Now, someone who comes in at number 50 on this list, but I would absolutely love if we could steal him. It's another guy from Washington, De'Ami Brown. The speed receiver finally started to live up to his draft hype late this season. He had 30 catches during the regular season, but then had 14 and a touchdown in 3 playoff games. He is 25. I think that's a guy who can receive a shockingly larger contract than people expect. I think that's a guy who can go get maybe 3 years, 45, or maybe even a little more. I don't know if he'll hit 20 million a year, but teams love speed. He had a very good rapport down the end with Jaden Daniels. I don't know if we'll spend that much money, but a guy who can get deep downfield and open things underneath for Brees, for the tight ends, to take the safeties away from Garrett would be pretty interesting in my book. I wouldn't mind it. I don't know if we're going to spend that much money, because if we extend Garrett Wilson and put that big money into him, I'm not quite sure we'll do it elsewhere in one shot. We might look to draft and fill those needs cheaper. But if Brown is good to go, wants to be a Jet, I'd make him a Jet. So there you have it, folks. A little recap. 5 guys to keep an eye on as sleepers in free agency for the New York Jets. Defensive end from Indy, Dayo Odeyingbo, 6'6", 286 D end. Love that. Absolutely love that. You guys know how much I want to get bigger on the D-line. You know I want bigger ends. It would be a great compliment to have him in there wearing the tackle down, and then you bring in Will McDonald's speed to rush. Having him and JJ at as edges would be fantastic setup for our defense. For those of you who were here earlier in the show, I haven't painted the wall behind me yet. So the white part of my beard blends in with the white wall, and that's why I get that narrow face look. As Jets Worldwide says, and if you haven't already, go subscribe to his channel, Snowball and Johnny. A big D is powerful, Nick. And I think the ladies in the chat will testify. So Dayo Odeyingbo, bing bong. Juwan Johnson at tight end, Jeremy Chin at safety, Divine Diablo at linebacker, and De'Ami Brown as wide receiver. Those are some guys that your guy here on this channel is keeping an eye on. Now, 67 of you here watching. Usually it's 2 more when I make this announcement, but I thank you for being here on a Sunday night with me. I think that's going to be the key to the New York Jets offseason. We know we're going to have a lot of holes. We know we're going to have a lot of starters on the defensive side that we're going to have to find. Finding guys who might be on the rise in their career. Now we have 69 watching here. Thank you for being here. You're watching the Nick Shine Show. Hit the like button. It's free to do. Also, if you want a chance in the Sauce Gardner signed helmet raffle giveaway, $5 super chat, get you a raffle. $25 super chat, get you 6. Or $20 super chat, get you 6. Gifted memberships, $5 super 5. I'm fucking off my rocker today. I've had entirely too much coffee. I apologize. So to calm that down, let me have some more. All right. I'm back. To everyone in the chat, welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You know what we're going to do tonight? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to drop the link because there's enough of you here to get us to 69 likes and to get the call-in started. So while you're hitting the like button, I'm going to share the link. And by the time that's all done, we should be there. And then we get this party started. Yeah, it's soon there. I know Clancy hit the like button. He hit the like button before he LOL'd. That's what Clancy does. Oh, boy. Sometimes I find myself reading the chat and the conversations in there. The link is up, ladies and gentlemen. Do your part. There's a lot to talk about. You want to talk about Jets free agency? We can do that. You want to talk about the combine? We can do that. You want to talk about sedated Charles Gorman? We could do that. There's many things that we can discuss tonight. As always, I leave it up to you. A lot of fun. A lot of fun today. You know, I said to the group, Jake and the committee, we're in a group together, and I was like, you know what? The internet is a place where everybody flames everyone. Not everyone agrees. From what I saw in the chat in 3.5 hours, there wasn't a lot of hatred. There wasn't a lot of anger. There wasn't a lot of venom being spit at us. So that's just a testament to the committee, Jake, and the awesome viewers. You know, everybody gets shit on. Anyone drops an opinion, people get shit on instantly. But that was pretty cool. You know, even if people who called in, everyone was like honored to be a part of it. And it was great. It's absolutely great. Never saw this happening a year ago. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close. Listen, there's 70 of you here. Just hit the like button real quick, and then we get the call-ins going. Maybe, just maybe, we can convince Jake Asman to come on. He hasn't talked enough today. And if we get enough likes, we get Sarah to come on, and we can teach her how to spell the word honor like we do here in America. Get the U out of the word, Sarah. You and your UK English. And don't piss off Jay Graves. We know she's going to steamroll BMAC in round 1. Don't make her steamroll you. Oh. Why don't you put a U in the word off? Great job, by the way, in the game of cricket. Craig sent me the video of your swing that knocked the ball over the fence sideways. Way to ruin the game, sir. Hey, everybody. ISU is here. Did everyone in the chat say hi to ISU? Everyone say hi to ISU right now, guys. Everyone say hi. Hi, ISU. Addison, did you say hi to ISU? Jay Graves makes a tremendous point. Some of the matchups, I'm going to end up flipping a coin. It's going to be too hard to choose. That's where calling in during your matchup could be pivotal. Calling in early in the show of your matchup is pivotal. Having your matchup on the day there's not big Jets news is also pivotal. We go and get a quarterback the day of your matchup might not get as much attention as another day. There's a lot of outside factors to be considered. So calling in, talk your talk, walk your walk, and win the chat over. It's going to be intriguing. There'll be upsets. There'll be surprises. Most importantly, there'll be entertainment. There'll be entertainment. All right. And what do you do if you're BMAC?
When you have a bad day, give up. Go home and sleep. Fuck it. Try again tomorrow.
It's true. But there will be no tomorrow. Very confident, saying one and done. Another matchup. A matchup that I pushed very hard for. We have our own Weed the People going up against Rob from Glenhead. There's been a lot of back and forth. There's been a lot of anger. There's been a lot of discussion. Should be an interesting matchup. Both have very loyal fan bases. Both have people with very strong opinions on both of them. How's it going to play out? Ladies and gentlemen, our first caller, Tommy, what's up?
Nick, how are you, brother?
All right. Are you off of this Aaron Glenn hatred shit you've been going on every show with? Are we good?
We're good with it. I'm done. I'm over the Aaron Glenn shit. I'm done with it.
All right. What's up?
How are you, brother?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
The beard looks good.
Thank you. Thank you. Mine's got like 6 different colors in it, so it's weird. Yours is one color all the way through, so
no, it's not.
That's how they like it. That's how they like it in Glenhead.
Nick, I've been picking out the gray hairs in my beard for like the past three years. Like I got a whole gray hair.
Hold on, I got you beat. I'm the opposite. I pick out the dark hairs now, so it can be all white. I've hit that point where the white hairs have overtaken the dark hairs.
Oh, all right. So I gotta get up to I gotta get up to maybe another like 2-3 years. I'll have all gray. But
it happens, man. You keep watching this team. There goes the light. Knocked down. Tremendous.
All right, I'm over beating up on Aaron Glenn. I'm over the Aaron Rodgers thing. I want to know what your opinion is of the number 7 pick. Do we trade back? Do we get a wide receiver? Do we get D-line? What do we do with the number 7 pick, in your opinion? I don't like seeing my face.
I'm sorry. The umbrella light got caught on my foot, the wire. It tipped over. Knocked the heater over. The heater started beeping to alert that it fell over.
All right, so
part of a live show here in the new setup. I'm still getting used to it. I got to fix the wiring. I did hear you. I have a depth chart at 7. Number 1 for me is Abdul Carter. If somehow he falls to 7, I love it. Number 2 is Travis Hunter. If he's there, I'm excited. Number 3. I would trade back. Number 4, Tat McMillan, the wide receiver.
Yes.
And number 5.
He's a guy from Ohio State, right?
McMillan's from Arizona.
Oh, I know there was a top wide receiver from Ohio.
Igbuka is from Ohio State.
Okay. But I'm saying, like, you think that we should go, like, it just depends on what best player drops at number 7?
Like I said, if it's Carter or Hunter, I'd take either one of them if they fall to 7. I don't think they will. Now, then I trade. If the trade's not available and we have to pick, then I'll take Tat McMillan, the wide receiver, Will Johnson, the corner, or Tylen Warren, the tight end.
And now, for the next couple of years, we need to sign Sauce, Brees, Garrett, and Jermaine
I don't think
Johnson.
we signed Brees.
And I don't think we signed Brees or Garrett. I'm sorry. I didn't mean Garrett. I meant Sauce. Just because the way that he is not Aaron. All right. I'll get off on this one topic with Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn could tackle, and he knew how to hit people. Aaron Glenn's 5'9". Sauce Gardner is 6'1". Sauce Gardner has a lot bigger reach than Aaron Glenn ever did in his career.
Why are we comparing them though?
Because Aaron Glenn's the new head coach of the New York Jets.
I know, but I don't get comparing a guy who played 25 years ago to the guy who's now on the roster.
Because Aaron Glenn was more like, he's like Darrelle Revis. Darrelle Revis was 5'10", and Sauce Gardner 6'1", and he is soft as a pancake. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of Sauce, but like you think that we won't. You think Garrett and JJ are ahead of Brees and Sauce to sign on the 4 rookie contracts for the next year coming up?
I rank it Garrett, Sauce, JJ, Brees. I don't think you give big money to a running back. I think if you have the offensive line and the blocking scheme in place, any running back can go in. I'm not a proponent of doing that. You see this year, Barkley, Henry bounced around to teams on 1-year deals. Even Josh Jacobs went to Green Bay, playoff contenders. If you're missing a running back and you're a playoff contender, you go for him. Other than that, draft a running back every year. Draft a running back and a quarterback every year. You never know when you're going to need them. You never know when you hit.
Well, Nick, look what Ty Johnson is doing in Buffalo. I know he's the backup running back. I know they let go of Michael Carter. He went to Arizona. All these guys are like not the number one number one running backs. Like the only one that I see that runs straight, like he runs straight up because he's a beast, is Derrick Henry. Now, if you watch Saquon Barkley, he hits the hole and he lowers his shoulders. Like Brees Hall doesn't do that. He runs straight up. He's 220 pounds, and our line is not the best. So, like, I don't understand how this guy, as soon as Braylon Allen gets the ball, right, he gets one or two.
Hold on. You're all over the place, throwing out name after name after name, and I'm having a little bit of difficulty following the point.
All right. Derek,
your audio is starting to shit the bed right now too. So just a heads up. It started off good and now it's getting staticky.
Okay. Can you hear me? Or not?
I can hear you, but it's the popping and the cracking. I'm more worried about the chat. Also, chat, 69 of you here watching. Awesome again.
Nick, did you see the way that Saquon Barkley hits the hole when he played it and he ran the ball? He runs with his shoulders down. He's 5'10", and he runs like a beast.
Yeah, some guys do. You know, when you have a blocking scheme in place and you don't have a predictable run game like we did this year, because Rodgers would dictate when it was a run or a pass based off of his pre-snap routine. Brees never had that chance because they always knew when it was running. So we've seen Brees hit the hole hard. We've seen Brees take them the distance. I think you're going to see a huge difference in Brees this year, and I think you're going to see him go to another level. Tommy, thank you for calling. I appreciate your support, brother. Be good.
Have a good one, brother.
A couple comments in the chat I want to get to. Three Sibling says, Quest, I'm winning the NIT. Jake says, Jay, you are a 1 seed in the NIT. Rob from Glenhead just messaged me and says, what does the N stand for? National. Stands for national. Don't be ridiculous, Rob. It stands for National Invitational Tournament. Doesn't stand for not in my town. I can't resist. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Sit in the chat, watch quietly if you want, dude. I don't give a shit. can ask other people to be silenced and not share your stupidity, but I'm going to flame the fuck out of you for being an asshole. I don't give a fuck. Sorry, Leanie. I apologize. I don't apologize. I don't see Clancy commenting. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's in the blue. That's why. Oh, damn. What's wrong with that, Clance? What's wrong with that? Oh, Rick, if you go back about a minute and a half, right after Tommy exits, you'll enjoy. I think you'll enjoy my commentary. I strongly recommend it if you are somebody who's not an asshole. So we have call lines open right now. You got a good connection, call on in. If you want in the tournament. Hold on. My brain is all over the place today. Come on. Come on, internet. You can work. I cannot wait. It's not the internet. It's the computer. I can't wait for Tuesday. Earlier in the show, the great Jake Asman bought 5 memberships. I have to match it. Well, not match it. Give one. I gave one to Cuca Lake Jet fan. Cuca, welcome. Jay Quest is in for the Sauce Gardner helmet. You the man, Nick. Great job with the rest of the committee. The matchups are awesome, and the look-aheads are epic. Yeah, they are. Thank you for saying that. The committee was tremendous to work with. It's cool when you get to sit and have like a thorough discussion with other people who watch the show and hear their thoughts on like the callers and all that. So it was eye-opening, you know, to see maybe if people agree with you or disagree with you, and then to come out and formulate a chart like that. It was tremendous. But Quest, thank you for the super chat. $5 super chat, Jay Quest. You are in for the Sauce Gardner helmet. Now, if you don't want Jay Quest to win it, if you say, boo, Jay Quest, boo, you're horrible, I don't want you to win, you can enter yourself. Oh, I just got a text from Ted saying his name should be F Quest. F him. Wow, Ted talking trash. Interesting. Didn't have that on my bingo card for tonight, but here we are. That's why he'll win. Quote me. Quest will win the helmet. Bought a $5 super chat without even knowing, and the way the world works, that will happen. I'm trying to catch up. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Jay Graves saying, Quest and Ted is going to be tough for me. You're both my homeboys. Well, that's the cool part about it, right? If you vote against one of your homeboys, you just say, oh, I wasn't able to make that show. Who won? You play coy. Or you just talk shit. Either way. It is. Some of the 8-9 matchup, a couple of them are good. You got Johnny and Jason in Jerusalem. I'm doing this off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure these are the 8-9s. You got Weed and Rob. You got Quest and Ted. I'm drawing a blank on the fourth one, but they're very, very good. That's what you want in a round one matchup. You want that intrigue. Yes, Rick Kent is a 9 against Robert C. Robert C., and I'll give you a little insight to the committee. If he was a more frequent caller, he would have skyrocketed in the rankings. I think the scarcity of his calls is what brought him down, at least in my opinion. And that's from an actual committee member. His calls are great. His entertainment level is a 10, but not being a regular is what hurt him. You know what, Clancy? I should have just named this show the Committee Reveal All. Would have had like 200 viewers in here now. It would have been hot. Gator's here. Oh, Gator, if you want to come on, the link is there. We can give a little more insight to the process. Yeah, but we have other people who have bad connections. Beastbreaker has an awful connection. Ricky, for the most of the year, had an awful connection. But they're constantly calling in. So we didn't penalize them for the bad connection. The bad connection is part of what makes Robert great, is because the connection has been off. All right. Like, we don't know who you are, buddy. One stupid comment and you're gone. Waiting for it. Jay Graves, feisty tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert C. is here. His ears were ringing. His voice was singing. And he knew we were discussing him. Thank you for watching, Robert. MC May says, I turn off when Beastbreaker comes on. Mental illness is not fun or funny. Agreed. But I also thank you for watching the show. Segue right there. Thank you for not turning off with all the shit that I personally deal with. I appreciate you for that. Robert C. says, that was an accident. It's also what my parents said about my sister. So I can understand. I can only hope my nephew's watching. Might be too late for him, but that would have been great for him to hear. But, ladies and gentlemen, the call lines are open. Pop on in. Share your thoughts. Do you have a free agent you're looking for? Do you just want to hang out and bullshit? Critiques, criticisms, all welcome. I tell you what, as one of the 1 seeds, how do you vote against this guy?
Did you see the Bobby picture? Look at that. He lost like 3 pounds. He looks good now. God.
How do you vote against Lane? How do you vote against
Who
this
the
guy?
fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
How do you vote against this guy?
You know what? Nick Chiner's cooking, everybody. Nick is the best chef thing you ever met your whole life. I won't lie to you.
He won't lie to you. He called me today and said he would be here tonight. And now we wait. We wait. Oh, Maze, I get it. I completely get it. I just had to lighten up the mood. That's all. Why I made fun of myself. But I get your stance, brother. Listen, he's a polarizing character. People pay for him to go to the shadow round. People pay for him to come out. They pay for him to go back in. They pay for him to come out. That's why the matchup is so intriguing with Dave Briga. It's going to be a very, very interesting day. And it's very important on who's in the chat that day, who's not, who votes, who doesn't. All comes down to. I tell you what, if you don't even want to discuss the Jets, if you're one of the people who were selected to be in the tournament, feel free to come on. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my fellow committee members, Gator. What's up, bud?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm good, man. I think we done good, bro.
Yeah, man, tonight was a blast. I felt bad for you when you started the show talking about Jets. I'm like, oh, geez, people aren't really zeroed in on
Nobody
on
wants
these
that.
free agents. Like, oh my God. It was like, yeah, it was like following up, you know, the Super Bowl with a spring training game. It was just too hard to. I just keep thinking about the freaking brackets and all that hilarity. It was just, it was hilarious. It really was. I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't stop. So much of it was, and the amount of calls that came in was incredible. I can't believe, like, people that we haven't heard from or seen in the longest time. It just shows you that they're there, they're watching, they're listening, but they're just not calling in.
Yeah. And I saw that coming today. Earlier, and I think ISU made a comment that I was spot on with it. I was like, Jake's starting at 5. I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be done by 9. And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I think the call-in volume is going to be people that you maybe haven't heard from a while. And all of the callers who are in the tournament are going to probably want to be heard for the most part, right? Anyone who was watching, I think, was calling in at some point or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, that was the largest amount of people ever to call in to a single show that I've ever seen.
Boomtown, do you have the statistics and analytics for that one?
it has to.
Give them a few minutes. We'll get a text from Boomtown in the chat saying, I can confirm or you were wrong. It was this day, this episode. You know,
probably
Jets
has the number.
games,
Yeah.
Jets post games get a lot. But that was a long show. You know, that was a long show. 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Great.
The one guy that I wish called in was V-Man. Like, V-Man is such a goat, you know, and it's a shame that he wasn't part of that. That was like, I'm sure that I'm not thinking of somebody else too, but he's definitely one that I wish called in.
Yeah, you know, 5 maybe. I know he works nights, right?
He hasn't called in much at all in a long time. I maybe once a week, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he calls into other shows. I haven't seen him on anything. Sometimes he calls into like Ryan's show.
A couple weeks ago, he was on the train the night you put this together.
Ay, di ganso ng ay kalfinjuder, di ganso tayo somos moranger, ay bukanis de, ay laguntudo, ikimoray ni abias na
Are you ready for a nice surprise?
Am I ready for my what?
Are you ready for a nice surprise?
Oh boy.
You know what? Nick Chiner's cooking, everybody. Nick is the best Jeff fan you ever met your whole life. I won't lie to you.
Mikey.
You say Mikey?
Nope. Hit the. All right, hold on. I got this. Mikey, hold on. You've muted yourself. Hit the mute button. No. You've muted yourself. Look for the microphone and tap that button on the bottom. No. Come back. I actually need you to touch it. That's what she said. Look on. Hold on. Don't talk. Look on the bottom of your screen, and it says mute with a microphone. Touch that button one time. Look for the microphone and press it. All right. Hold on. All right. He unmuted it. Hold on. Edit mic settings. All right. I'm going to kick you out. Come back in, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Woodruff, one of his better calls.
You bringing him back?
I kicked him. Now that he got the mute fit, when he comes in, if it's not working, I kick him from the studio, let him reset StreamYard, and come back in.
Oh, okay.
Big fella, I disagree. He was on here the other day with no volume, and I was guessing what he was saying, and it was, I think, still pretty entertaining. I don't think there's any beating Mikey. I think Mikey is. If Mikey's calling in on a daily basis, Mikey might be unbeatable.
There's going to be a mixture of old school people versus new school people, and it's going to be really hard to predict. A lot of people don't know who a bunch of the old goats are, and then you have new people that just all of a sudden have attached themselves to whether it be a Mikey or even a Beast Breaker. Right? Yeah. And then Alan, who nobody likes.
Hey, you hear me now?
No.
And Gator's here too.
Hey, buddy. But we can't see you now.
Mikey, just deal with it. There you go. All right, don't touch. Hands up.
You guys from Florida?
Yes.
What part of Florida? I have friends in Florida.
Tampa. You know where Tampa is?
Yeah, and Ricky's from Tampa.
Ricky. David T is here.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And my friend I used to work at the hospital with, Julie and Robbie, and they're big Jet fans. Yeah. I love the Jets. Yeah.
Mikey, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Right. I want you to move this much to your left.
This way?
Nope, your other left.
Yeah, this?
Perfect. Don't move. Dead center. All right. There we go, buddy.
Hey, I should be a movie star now.
You should be a movie star.
How's Jen Graves doing? How's Jen Graves?
I'm going to put you in a movie with Jay Graves, like the Blue Lagoon sequel.
You heard I'm in the tournament?
No. What tournament?
Jake's show tournament.
I don't. You got to tell me about it. I don't watch Jake's show.
It's yes, you do. You're calling all the time.
I do. You're right. You got me, buddy.
Against Dr. Dre, I think. I'm against Dr. Dre.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Dr. Dre. I want to rap to him. Can I rap to him?
You can rap to Dr. Dre.
I love you. Dr. Dre, I love you very much too. You are a rapper. You could kick some butt. If you beat me, I still love you. It doesn't matter if I lose. I just got paid number 5 seed. Oh yeah, let's go, baby. Me and you gonna have fun.
Hey, Mikey.
Excuse me 1 second.
Yeah.
That's me signing the waiver for Gator and Jake. You can absolutely use that.
Hey, Mikey, if you beat Dr. Dre next round, you get P. Diddy.
Yeah. I put Diddy down. Yeah. I like Dr. Dre. I like Dr. Dre. I think he's a rapper. Is he a rapper I go against? I just start my rapping soon. I'm gonna
He's
be
a rapper and an actor.
Yeah, we put
And
you
he
in the
does,
rapping division.
and he's a businessman. He does Beats headphones, I believe.
You know, big fellow, the big tall guy.
No.
Yeah, big fella. Our friend, he goes on Bobby's show sometimes, and Jake Asman show.
What does he look like?
And if he and Beats go against each other, big fella's gonna beat him. You know that, because he always picks on Paul, big fellow. That's not right.
The big
That's
fella
not
might have to
right,
get out of
right?
bed to win the tournament, though. I don't know if he can get out of bed.
Oh, that's the
Well-
best if he does it just sleeping and laying down.
Well, he could call in still. You
Yeah.
know, big fella's a good guy. You know.
Yeah. He only gets
Mikey-
out of bed for Jets games when they're on the road.
Mikey, I know you love Jay Grace, but Genergy says DJ Mikey on the 1s and 2s. Genergy.
All right, good, January and
Oh, I
Jan
hope-
Grace. Are they buddies?
I hope Genergy heard how upset King Lowski was at his ranking. I had nothing to do with that. That was all Nick.
Hey, guess what? Me and
What's
Bobby's
up, bud?
probably face each other. Sweet 16, yeah.
Nice,
right.
yeah.
Well, now we have to ask you, what would your rap be for when you go against Bobby? Would you do like an LL Cool J? Mama said knock you out?
Yeah. My brother loves me. I love him. I want to beat. I'm the youngest now. I want to win one game against my brother because I still love my brother. He's my homeboy, and I care about him. He's my brother because we had the same mother. Because we love our mom very much. Because I love my brother. Because we could rap together. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
Mikey.
I have the screwdriver. I was putting things together. All right.
Mikey, did you fill out your bracket?
No, I don't know how to do that.
We can barely get him to get the microphone and the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, if I
wait till you go to Bobby's house, and then Bobby will walk you through it. Bobby will do it for you.
Yeah, if I lose to my brother, I don't mind because I'm still sweet 16, and I look beautiful in my mind. It's for fun. Jake said this is fun.
Yeah. Mikey, can you help Bobby hook up his new microphone?
I don't know. Bobby knows how to do that. He's more talented than me. Or maybe I could ask my friend to come over to help us out to put it on for him.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, because we got to get him on the new microphone. It lights up like Buffalo Jet fan.
Yeah, we got his microphone. It was in the mail. We got the wrong key because they put it in the stupid wrong box. And then,
well, I got an idea. I got an idea going forward.
Yeah.
We send everything to you, and then you bring it over to Bobby's. That might be
easier.
easier.
That would be good. And I'm going to still have Jane Gray's autograph. I go have Jane Gray's autograph with a picture, too.
Hey, Mikey.
Hey, buddy.
Do you like your new intro?
Yeah, I look like a little homeboy with the rappers. Yeah. Hey, Gator, this is what I was thinking. You should have a thing for yourself, too. You know?
What do you mean?
Intro, like Nick Shine does.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe you can make one for me.
Yeah. Gator is here. He knows everybody. He's the Gator man. No one's messing around with him. Me and Nick were trying to shine on them. Yeah, Gator. Right, Gator? Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
thank you.
What?
If you could be inside Gator's brain right now, it says, fuck, now I have to get out of the recliner and get back to work.
Hey, guess what?
What, buddy?
Justin Fields, our new quarterback. Yes.
I like it.
And you know where we go in the 7th round? The first round in the 7th? The guy, the talent for Penn State. That guy's a madhouse.
Oh, yeah?
It's bigger than Gronk. Gronk looks like a baby boy now.
What position does he play?
Tight end. You know that guy?
Oh, that guy. Yeah, okay. So we want
Or we
Mikey,
could trade down. Or we could trade down and get more picks. That's the Jets
True.
like.
It's always a possibility. But Mikey, I want to ask you a question. Not everybody watching right now maybe saw it on Bobby's show. What's your thoughts on Bill Belichick? Do you have any?
I hate that guy. It's you know who his son is? Tom Brady. Him and Tom Brady love each other, hand in marriage. They like a hand in marriage. And you know,
wasn't there something you said about Bill Belichick that he could do to you?
Oh yeah, I could give him a body slam. I'll body slam him. And his girlfriend's 24 years old. Yeah, his girlfriend's 24 years old. That thing must fall off so quickly.
Didn't you say that Bill Belichick could maybe suck something?
Yeah.
You could say
Marie Wong. My little picky. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm the best Jet fan ever, and the Patriots hate the Jets. So I had to work for Patriot fans. Suck it. Yeah, I can't stand it. You know what else I can't stand? The Poopy Mafia. The Poopy Mafia.
Poopy Mafia. What?
I tried.
That's
Clancy.
Buffalo
I tried
Bills.
so hard. Clancy, you could take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink.
Yeah.
What's the Poopy? Oh, the Buffalo Bills. Okay.
Poopy Mafia. Buffalo
Poopy Mafia.
Bills. The Dolphins squish the fish. Squish the fish.
Nice. Mikey, Jake Asman comes in with a super chat and his fancy new wrench says, Mikey, you are the man. Good luck in the tourney.
Yeah, and then Jake will call me, he said, too, now. Yeah. I like to hear from Jake, too. You know what? I'll go,
Mikey?
I'll get a hope. Yeah.
Remember I asked you the other day for your address?
Yeah.
I have something I'm going to send to you. And you're going to have to wear it on air when you hit the Final Four. And I believe it'll absolutely lock up the tournament for you.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to send you something.
The Nick Shine show shines in, right? All right, Nick Shine. I like the helmet you got today with Sauce Gardner hat.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, I got a Sauce Gardner jersey too. My ink gave that to me. Sauce Gardner's gonna be the best defense now because Aaron Glenn is showing him the ropes. Right?
You know what I'll do, Mikey?
Yeah.
I put in I bought a membership earlier. I will put your name on that, okay? I will put in a chance for you, all right, buddy?
All right, thank you, buddy.
You have a chance to win, okay?
All right, and then you go on a date with Jen Grace like you promised.
I'm sorry, who?
Jen Grace. You could go on a date with Jen Grace.
Hi, Mikey.
Yeah. Hi, Jen Grace.
Hi, Mikey. How are you?
Good. You heard I'm in the tournament?
I did. So I didn't see the show yet, Jake's show, because I was at my brother's house because my washer was not working. So I was doing laundry there and playing with my nephew. He's 2.5 and my niece is 1.
Oh, that's
and then
cool.
and then my dad had a family dinner, so he made us lemon chicken, and then he made us homemade creme brulee. So I was out till like 9:15 tonight. So I just got home a little while ago.
Do your dad like the Jets too, like we do?
My dad, he likes football, but he played it in college. In high school. But he likes the NFL, but he doesn't have a team. I'm honestly the only one in my family who watches football.
Yeah. Hey, Jan Graves, I could get your autograph, right? You have my address?
I can get your address from Nick. And I will send you an autograph and a picture if you would like that.
Yeah, you're a great lady, you know that?
I love you, Mikey. You're the best.
Are you in the tournament?
I am. So my first matchup is against B-Mac. Do you know what B-Mac said to me?
Oh yeah, the guy who stutters a little bit, isn't he?
Yes, but do you know what he said to me?
Oh, I want to kick his butt. I got
Okay, so you,
I got game a body slam like
there
a
you go.
beast, but the beast girl gave a body slam for me.
Show me.
Yes.
How would you beat him up?
I would take. I called beast. I got called beast and helped me slam into the ground. That because it was not nice to say to Jen, and I think Jen should win the whole thing because she's
Aw.
our queen. She's our queen of the tournament.
Well, Leanie is the queen. I will never step on Leanie's toes. She is the queen, Queenie. But
Oh
thank you,
yeah,
Mikey.
Lena. Yeah, the lady with. Oh yeah, I met her
And she,
at the game. Yeah,
yes, and Leanie is in the tournament too, and Genergy. Who and yet you
yeah,
asked if me and Genergy are buddies. We are.
yeah.
Me and Genergy have danced together a few times,
Yeah,
and
let's
we
all
have.
three dance. Let's all
Oh,
three dance together.
absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. Next game.
Yeah, you know, I think the Jets got go get Justin Fields because he's my homeboy too with Aaron Glenn.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Because you know his friend plays for the Jets, and my friend Jets too. You know he played for with Garrett Wilson.
He did in
Rucker.
college.
And
Yes, in Rucker too. But I don't know if Rucker's. I don't know if we're gonna keep Rucker.
No, he's gonna keep it because he will show. Garrett Wilson said keep this guy because Justin fans are coming in and he will help him out.
Okay, I mean that'd be amazing.
Mikey, I have a gift for you.
Yeah.
It's from Jay Graves.
Yeah.
To Mikey,
Oh.
you are so sexy. Love, Jay Graves.
All right, thank you, Jen.
You're welcome, Mikey.
You're such a nice lady. I knew you're a nice lady.
I am. I try. I try to be. I can be mean sometimes, but I try to be.
I like when you mean. You're probably pretty when you're
You
mad.
like when I'm mean?
Yeah, because you look pretty when you get mad and beautiful. Yeah, and your brother likes the Jets too, like you do?
My brother, when we grew up, he started as a Jets fan, but he switched to the Giants. That jerk.
Oh, you know why
Yeah.
you like the Giants? He likes that guy, wide receiver. The wide receiver. What's his name? The new one they got. Bobby's friend.
So my brother doesn't really watch football anymore now that he's had kids. He's too busy. But when we were
Oh, yeah,
younger,
that's sweet.
he switched to the Giants.
Oh,
What a
maybe your
jerk.
dad. Maybe your dad told him to.
Maybe could be.
He's probably a Giant fan without telling you that, right?
It could be.
I'm surrounded with all Patriot fans, but we got more people as Jet fans in Brattleboro now, thanks to me.
Yeah, nice. Good
Yeah.
job, Mikey. Way to recruit.
And one of the doctors I work with, he works with me at the hospital. He knows Jake Asman. You know Jake Asman.
Oh, they
right?
went to school together, right?
Yeah, and then his brother Sean, he lives in Brooklyn, and he went to the same class as Jake, brother Jake.
Small world.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the same doctor that got you the sloppy Joe?
No, that's my supervisor.
Okay.
Yeah, and he said, "Go Jets." Yeah, he said I talked about the Jets 24/7.
Heck yeah, let's go.
He says, "What happened to your Yankees? I thought you love the Yankees." I say, "I do, but I like Jets too."
Yeah, that's right.
And I like you better than the Jets.
Aw, thank you, Mikey.
Oh, you're welcome. And I can't wait. Who you play after start? You know the tournament.
After B-Mac. So after I kick B-Mac's ass, then I go up against Kyle Clifton. He's a good caller. He has some good takes. But I've heard in the chat that people have me beating him. I don't even myself have me beating him, but it'll be interesting to see where I land and kind of see where the show actually sees
Carl
me.
Clifton. Did he play for the Jets, Carl Clifton?
He did. Yep, I'm going up against. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I know I met him. I met Carl Clifton in the Jets game. In the ball.
Yeah. Oh, I remember Bobby told us. Yeah.
Yeah, we met the whole Jets team. Holy cow!
That's
I
so
think
cool.
that's called Clifton. I recognize
But
him.
you're going against Dr. Dre. How cool is that?
Yeah, I like Dr. Dre. I want to rap with him. How does it work? We rap together or something like that?
So I didn't watch Jake's show, but like maybe Nick or Gator can come back on and kind of explain. But I think when you're oh, here comes Nick.
Oh, I'm just sitting here chewing ice. I wasn't expecting to come on there. I was enjoying that. My tongue is actually numb right now from all the ice I just chewed. Gator, how does it work, Gator? Explain to Mikey. Now, when he goes against Dr. Dre, they go on Jake's show for a rap off, right?
Yeah. So they're gonna have a rap battle, and if depending on who wins the rap battle, then the next person would face P. Diddy.
Right.
Pete Diddy, Pete Diddy, another rapper,
yeah.
That's why we couldn't have too many kids in the tournament. We couldn't have kids in the tournament at all because P. Diddy's involved, and we gotta protect him. Right, Mikey?
P. Diddy's the diddler.
I do like to rap too.
And he was surprisingly very easy to get to.
Yeah, that's true. You know that guy who knows Allie, you know, Alice.
Janicus.
Addison.
Yeah, I like my
sorry.
Yeah, my supervisor. They played the song for me. I was rapping, and the girls like,
which song?
Go Mikey. It's a different, a new song he made up.
A new one.
I
Okay.
was dancing. Yeah, I like that. I can't believe the
song about you.
I can't believe it's a Jet fan. You, the rapper. And we might see him at Jets game.
You want to dance right now? You want me to freestyle a little song for you to dance?
Yeah.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on. All right, ready? His name is Mikey, and he likes to dance. When he sees Jay Graves, he's full of romance. When he gets excited, he drops down his pants. CBS.
No, I got my suspenders.
Yeah, you got to take them off first.
No, I'm going to take my
tell him to
pants
take
off.
his suspenders off, Jay Graves. To my luck, the camera will dip down.
Well, no, you said about the song. He can't drop his pants because he has suspenders.
Yeah, I had my suspenders.
It's factually incorrect,
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Are rocking the house. My suspenders are rocking the house. Dr. Dre better watch out. Mikey's suspenders go after him because Dr. Dre and I going to be rapping together on Jake Aspen Show.
Yeah, let's go. Amazing. I have you winning it all, Mikey. You are my #1 winner. I have you. I have you for everything.
All right, me too.
Anyone in the chat, you guys, if you have any questions for Mikey, feel free to drop them and Mikey will answer them. Robert C. asked you a question, Mikey. Is P. Diddy the same person as Puffy Combs?
Good question.
I know he probably is because they're both brothers. They're probably brothers.
They're brothers? Okay.
They're brothers
Similar name.
Mother or something. Yeah, he probably
Ladies
brothers.
and gentlemen, we will do something new here on the show. We will do the questions for Mikey Midnight segment. So if you have any questions,
that's me. Yeah,
I like it. That is you. This is Mikey Midnight. Right here, Mikey Midnight.
My name is Mikey Mayhem now.
Oh, right, Mikey Mayhem. You're right.
Jake vetoed me and said it's Mikey Midnight.
You guys are cool.
Jake vetoed.
But on your show, it could be Mikey Mayhem.
Yeah.
This is your show, Nick. F Jake.
Drake has me Midnight.
Yep, we'll keep it. That way we don't have to keep changing it back and forth.
True.
Tom Ace has a question for you. How did Mikey get so awesome?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
Amazing. So
how did you get so awesome, Mikey?
Because I like the shows. I hanging out with the people.
Uh-oh. All right, that's the longest.
That was a good run.
Work. That was an epic run. That was a championship type run.
All right. But I'm out because I was here for Mikey. So y'all two continue on.
Well,
I have nothing to say. I didn't see Jake's show because I was out with my family. I have nothing to contribute. Like, I mean, I saw some of the matchups. I can talk about that.
Show? Yeah, F Jake. You didn't watch the show?
Jake, you know I love you, Jake. I mean that. Well, if I say it like that, you know it's like a love punch. It's like a love curse.
Well, I know you love punching people, and I hope you knock your opponent in the first round the fuck out.
Oh, without a question. I mean, to
hope
the
you hit him
committee,
so
my
hard.
hat's off to y'all.
I hope you hit him so hard he doesn't stutter anymore. That's how
I
much
don't even have to try. I don't. Oh wait, I do have one question because I didn't watch the show. I'm sorry if I'm being redundant. Is there a certain like is it going to be once a day it's a whole month of March, right? So one
Yeah,
show a day would be like
each show that Jake does starting March 1st will have a matchup.
So morning and
Shows
evening.
a day, it's 2 matchups. So every show will have its own
Yeah,
individual
probably one show on Saturday, one show on Sunday is what he typically does.
So can you try and make my matchups in the morning? Because I work in the afternoons. Just a little.
It's going to go right down the bracket.
Okay. So it
but
kind of
if
ends
you
up where it
can't
ends up.
make your show that you're scheduled for, like
Yeah.
maybe you call in the show before and say, hey, you know, hey, I know I can't make tonight, but I just want to let everyone know, blah, 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 blah,
Gotcha.
blah. Vote
Okay,
for me
that makes
later
sense.
tonight in that show, or vice
Okay.
versa. If you can't
And
make
if
it,
you know, honestly, Jay Grace, for you and BMAC,
Oh,
I'm
now
sure
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried
no,
about
but
after BMAC.
it would be fun to have you on. So I'm sure even if
Okay.
Jake had to swap the morning and the afternoon shows, I'm sure he would do that for you. So
Thank you,
you know,
Jake. I appreciate you.
yeah. I mean, it would be
Yeah, I
more
would
fun
love to
to
if I
have you
could.
there.
Yeah, but I mean, I go to work. I leave my house at like 1:30 in the afternoon, so I usually am always at work for the afternoon show, but I'm at home for the morning show.
And you want to be
So
able to vote for yourself too. So
exactly that too. Yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, you can only vote that. Sorry, I know I'm probably going over all the crap you already talked about in Jake's show.
no,
So the voting goes on. Like, is it going to be in the chat? Is it like a poll? Like, how is that
yeah.
going to work?
Yeah.
So like a YouTube poll, you know.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right,
Just
cool.
in the poll,
Thanks,
Jake
guys.
Graves, BMAC. Who do you vote for in this matchup?
Yeah. Right. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Again, committee. Good work. I mean, not even just like me and my matchup, but so many good matchups. So like, you guys did an awesome job. Awesome job. Kudos to you
Thanks.
guys. Thank you for all your work. I know
You guys
that was
have done the awesome
not
job.
easy.
All the callers have done the awesome job.
Yeah, but you guys put like time and effort beyond the show. So all I do is call in the show when it happens. You guys are actually like discussing it outside of like in your spare time. So thank you
I
guys.
would get yelled at if I didn't let you say goodbye to him.
Oh my.
Hey,
Mikey.
how you doing?
I hear you, buddy.
Yeah, you
But
have a great night too, all
you
right?
too, buddy.
And tell
Love
your
you.
family
Mwah.
I love them. Tell your family I love them too.
I will.
You take care of yourself. I'm looking for your autograph. I can't wait. This is excited for me.
You will have it. Don't you worry, Mikey. Anything for
I
you.
know I know you're promising. You're not lying. You're not lying. You're not lying because you're the truth.
I am.
Yeah, I hope
All
you
right.
be VMAC. Me and Bobby's gonna cheer you on.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of D-Mac. That's a guarantee. Like Joe Namath, that's a guarantee. I will win.
Yeah, guaranteed Joe Namath. I haven't guaranteed the Jets will win the Super Bowl. That's my guarantee.
Let's go.
Let's
as Jake
go.
says, your lips to God's ears. Let's go.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait. You?
All right. Good night, Mikey. Love you. Mwah.
We
Good
love
night,
you
Gator. Good night,
too.
Nick.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you, so sweetheart.
Good night. Mikey, thank you for calling in, buddy. Oh, look at that. The Sooners great. I think he has his issue. Mikey, your audio cut out. Thank you for calling in, buddy. Have a good night. You get some rest. You had a hard day at work. Wave goodbye to everybody. Oh, Mikey, what's that? You got one more rap? Go ahead. One more rap. Go ahead, Mikey. Rap for us. Rap for us. My name is Mikey, and I like to fight. Sleep all day. Work all night. When I go against Dr. Dre, my raps are tight. He's got no chance. Yeah. Good job, Mike. Later, buddy.
Bye, Mikey. Nick, I owe you an apology.
Why?
Because as soon as I came on, you lost Rick Kent. So you dropped one viewer.
He'll be back.
Yeah. I guess when I leave. Sorry, though. He hates me. He thinks half of what I does is funny, and the other half isn't.
Breaking news.
Sad. Oh, he's back. Hi, Rick Kent.
Yeah, I agree with Clancy. I don't like this beef.
Well, I can explain the beef, and maybe it'll help. I don't know if people really even understand. I don't think Rick understands.
Rick, would you like to come on? That would be great to clear the air.
I mean, I could just, yeah. There's no beef. He's an asshole. He says. So, look, Jake Asman asked me to do.
Does he have a YouTube show?
Now you know he has a YouTube show. What kind of a question is that?
I just figured we plug it here. He helps me. I figured try to help him. Maybe there's a viewer that hasn't found him yet.
There's
Anyway.
two things. There's two things that I do for the Jake Asman show. There's things that I get inspired to do, and there's things that I'm asked to do. So when I'm inspired to do something, it's just this magical thing that happens in my head, and I can't even sleep. I have to do it, right? But when Jake asks me to do something, I have to sort of find that inspiration, and it's not always there. So he asked me, "Would you do an intro for Rick Kent?" You know, he gifts a lot of memberships. He really deserves an intro. And I said, "All right." I said, I I don't have anything for Rick. I don't really know what kind of an intro to do for him. He's like, well, his name is Rick Kent. That's kind of like Clark Kent, right? So he's like Superman. So maybe you could do something like with Superman. And so I was like, okay. Again, not inspired. Not like there wasn't like this great idea. It was just that's all I had. So I went on YouTube and I typed in funny Superman. And what came up was this Superman that flies backwards, and it's from a show called Ren and Stimpy. And I actually remembered it when I was a kid, and I was like, "Oh, that was really funny." Is a character called Powdered Toast Man, and I was like, "Well, I can't." I try to do stuff that's entertaining, funny, try to make the show light, and so it was a superhero that flew backwards. These two kids came, landed on his butt, and then he took off. And so I made that into the intro. However, the way my mind works is as long as there's a butt involved and something lands on a butt, there would have to be a sound. So I put a fart sound. Apparently, he hated that because I made him fart on children. But
Yeah.
honestly, that wasn't my intention. I wasn't thinking in my head, oh, I'm going to have Rick fart on kids, right? It just, to me, it was that's that's what happened, right? I didn't think about it. I wasn't trying to be mean, malicious, anything. So he went on the Bobby Midnight show the next day and called me whatever. I'm an asshole. I'm a this. I'm that. I'm like, I was like, oh, whoa, I'm sorry. I wish you would have like reached out and said, hey, I really don't like that. You think you could, just not do that again. So, the way my malicious mind works, when someone calls me an asshole, I take it to the next level. So the next thing you know, the new intro had him blowing up balloons with farts and handing them to kids, and that didn't make things better, I guess. And
Probably
now he
not.
really thought I was an asshole, which is understandable. So it kind of went there, and and then I'm not funny. I'm whatever, whatever. It's fine. I don't expect everybody to love everything I do, but again, right off the bat, it wasn't a malicious thing. It wasn't like I was trying to be a jerk, but I got attacked, and I'm a counter puncher. I don't like to be insulted, so I punched back. Now, had a third video I was going to do, but I put the brakes on it, which is probably a good thing because I didn't want to offend him anymore. So, I kind of had to take a step back from doing intros for Rick Kent. So, that being said, I apologize, Rick. You know, I didn't mean to insult you or anything. I'm just a silly, goofy dude, and I like farts. I think they're funny, and you were the brunt of that. So we move on. So
All right. Well, there you have it. We have an apology from
that's
Gator.
the story.
We have an apology from Gator. So I think an attempt.
Yeah. He says, I was attacked. You weren't attacked. I know. That's why I am. Oh, maybe he's talking to somebody else. I don't know. Anyway, Rick, I know everybody loves you. So our little beef has people confused. Like, everybody loves Rick Kent. How could there possibly be somebody that doesn't love Rick Kent? I love Rick Kent.
You know what I love?
It's unfortunate that,
You know
that
what
he
I
thinks
love?
I'm an asshole. I think that's unfortunate that he thinks I'm an asshole.
I love. I didn't know how to segue there, so I just went into that.
I'm actually really surprised that a lot more people haven't been offended by what I've done. So there's been some brutal ones that I've dropped on Jake. Some of them, Jake said, "No, I can't play this." So kudos to him for knowing when I've gone too far.
Request from the chat. Jay Graves says, "Play me, girl. I can never play you. You too fine." Hold on, we got a video coming out from Nick Shine.
And this just in, you can go fuck yourself.
I think Tom has a great comment. I think Bobby carries enough hate for all of us that none of us would ever have to say that. Bobby, like when Bobby doesn't like something, it makes us all just sit back and go, "Oh, I don't want to be that guy."
But Bobby comes around on stuff like he
with a Venmo. A Venmo usually does it.
Venmo, yeah. Sometimes a nice little $10 super chat will make everything better. You know, you just got to know how to give him butter, and then you're all good.
Absolutely.
So, anyway.
All right. Well, back to the tournament.
Back to the tournament.
What's the one matchup that you're looking most forward to? Right? Like, there's a bunch of them. Like me, it's Weed against Rob. Like that's you were in the conversations. I went to bat for that one. I'm like, I need that. I'm like, I don't care what else we do. I need that.
He was not happy. Rob was not happy today when he called in. Didn't want that to be his first. Most of what I'm looking forward to is
call in.
Oh, you did?
If you have a time, I missed that call in. I made dinner and did some other things, and
he was uncomfortably dissatisfied.
90% of the show, though.
Yeah. He was uncomfortably dissatisfied with that ranking. Felt he should have been a little higher.
Matchup, the low ranking?
No, both the matchup and thought he could have been, a little higher.
What did he say when he called in? He goes, Jake, I agree with you. Jake, you made a good point. He's a parrot. All he does is, Jake, I think they did really good. Jake, like you said. Jake, like you said. That's all he says.
Have you met Rob?
I have met Rob, and it was a very unpleasurable experience.
Was it really?
He said, and I quote, "Hey, at the Carolina game, he goes, hey, you drinking? I'm buying. I'll get you a double." I'm like, "No, I don't drink." "Why not?" And I'm like, I don't drink. I choose not to." "Oh, there's got to be a story there." I'm like, "All right, it's not much. It's just better for me and people around me that I care about. Thank you anyway." I walk away. Fast forward another double or two down the road from him. He walks up, and I'm talking in a circle of people, and I forget exactly who's there. But he goes to his glass. "I just want to put it on your lips a little bit and see what happens." Meaning, I want to put some alcohol on you and see how you react. I want to see how nuts it gets. So, yeah.
Wow, okay.
I'm a fan.
That's not cool.
So,
yeah. It's not cool.
Not a fan.
No, I mean, I
steamrolls him, but
I met him.
Jake, I had an original thought. Go fuck yourself, buddy.
Oh, well, look, Only thing I'll say is I hope all these I hate this one, I hate that one, whether it's the BMAC thing or whatever. I wish everybody would just accept apologies when people give them, because I hate to see this constant hate. I'll tell you one thing about BMAC. He has that weird smile when he apologizes, and I honestly think that I'm not saying he's not sincere, but I think it's a tick. I think when he's got that weird grin when he's apologizing and it doesn't look like it's a real apology, I think he's not really holding himself together to do it the way it should be done, like how you or I would do it. I don't think he's really capable of doing that. And that's like his version of apologizing. So look, he is who he is. But a lot of these hatreds to this one and this one, I wish they'd all go away. That's just the way I feel.
Should
We
have
need to
told me.
accept apologies
Should have
from some
told
of
me
these
that
things.
before you asked me if I ever met Rob.
Yeah.
But
But he did apologize. Didn't he apologize for that? Didn't he apologize for that?
He did apologize for it, but here's my issue. And if he's watching, which he probably is, with his hands behind his head, like he watches his takes on Jake's show. Here's the issue. There's a pattern of awful behavior to the comments about Jaden. There's just a pattern of you're a dickhead. I don't like you. You don't like me because I voiced that. Okay, I accept it. And then I have to bury it because you know what it's doing? It's taking away my peace when it's brought up. And it's making me somebody that I don't want to be, somebody that I used to be. So for me to get better in life, I need to fucking bury it. And I haven't come to that yet. I haven't, because I really take my sobriety seriously. And that's the one moment in March 10th will be 2 years. That's the one moment where I was really fucking disrespected about my sobriety. And that fucking sticks. And I don't know how to move on from that. I don't. I've tried and I just don't. And Rick Kent said it. And I said this to him when we spoke on that show. You know, just because you apologized doesn't mean I got to accept it. I got to be okay with it. I can't walk into someone's house, beat the crap out of somebody, look at the family and go, hey, but I'm sorry. And they just go, oh, okay, you're sorry? Never happened, buddy.
No, I get that. Yeah, I didn't have the whole story or whatever. But, again, I think the Bobby Midnight show, for a long time had kind of given people too much time on screen so that the worst of them, the best of them could come out. And I think there's been a lot of really negative fights that have broken out over the endless hours of folks being on screen together where there's no filter, as opposed to like a simple call in. For years, the reason I say I like Rob is because I only knew him as he'd call into the Jake show, make his jet points, and then it was over. There wasn't really a problem until the Bobby Midnight show started, and there was these hours and hours and hours of people just constantly throwing stuff back and forth. And it's like being in a locker room, it's like being in a locker room at some point.
Allow you to, when you call in with a football take, you're calling in with a football take. Maybe we get a little bit of a read of your persona, your personality. Yeah. You reveal a little bit what's behind the curtain. But when you get the hangouts, that's when you get political, religious, maybe, you get different topics and
the darkness,
and you see sides of people that you might not agree with, and it creates a divide. And then you see it carry over to the chats, and it's, we live in a world, and I said this earlier in the comment in our private chat. We live in a world where people love to flame people and degrade them on the internet. And the fact that we put this together and there was really no hatred or venom being spit at us is really the most shocking part of all of it for me, because I expected it. I'm like, all right, you were calling in, I'll call in. Boom was going to give the analytical and the data in the beginning. And then I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get fucking killed when we go on here. You know what I mean? If I'm on there and I thought we were gonna be on taking calls, like with Jake. You know, I'm kind of glad that I got bumped out early. I was like, oh thank God, because if there was Venom, I was gonna be like, oh shit, I'm gonna take bullets over this.
Right.
But it worked out really well, better than expected. And you know what? There could be a little bit of a negative kickback of it because now that there's a ranking system. Going into next year, you're going to see people maybe go over the top. You're going to see people reveal sides of themselves that might turn out to be negatives for them, you know?
No.
And everyone's going to be shooting to be higher ranked, and it's going to be interesting.
There's gonna be. I mean, can you imagine Beast Breaker?
Everyone's there, everyone's watching, everyone's supporting. Like you got to remember, like. It's all fun and games at the end of the day, right? It's like it's our hobby. If you're in the chat, it's like to watch the shows is a hobby. Like you are a huge part of the shows. Don't get me wrong, but like to the people that want to go above and beyond and create and bring Venom, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
But
yeah, well, there's
that's
gonna be
an interesting segue for this. Hey.
So. Hey Gator, I want to give you a little bit of. You clearly did not see my rant against Rob. So my whole thing, you said like people make mistakes for sure. People change, but Rob continues to like, oh, I'm sorry, oh, I'm sorry, oh, I'm sorry, but never do better. My whole thing is I'm all about second chances. I really like. I've effed up in my life. We all have. He effs up and keeps effing up. And effing up and effing up. Like he's not trying to be a better person. And that's my beef with him. And that's why I think a lot of us don't like him. Is like, yeah, you can make a mistake 100%. We've all been there. I always tell people like, I wouldn't want my darkest, most horrible days held against me. Because that's not who I am. But I made efforts to change. I've been in therapy. I've done the work. He's clearly doing nothing and just keeps going, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I said something stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. Eventually, you're not 5. You're an adult. Like, figure it out. But so that's why I feel like that's kind of what a lot of us feel like.
Sure. No, I can understand. Like I said, it just kind of breaks my heart just because,
and I get that part too.
I hate seeing, because I'd never experienced that. I mean, and I can't, sit in your shoes and know what you went through.
Right.
But again, I do think that the platform that Bobby offers might not lend itself to the best situation for, for these
100%
type things
sometimes.
happening.
Yeah.
Because none of it ever happened when we were just calling and talking about the Jets. It's when, people are on screen with 7, 8 different people and everybody's making jokes and stuff gets blown up and fights
I
break
can see
out,
that
this and
too.
that.
100%. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm very like I can see both sides of everything, but I just with him when he said things about Jaden and what he did with Nick, like I don't see him doing anything to change that or try to be a better person. All he does is make excuses. And I'm like, I mean, I work with special needs. My background's in mental health. Like I'm a psychology major. So I'm all for like, everybody gets second chances. We're all in dark places, but you're not doing anything with what you're being given, and you're not trying to change. But I can't even say that because I only know him from this small platform. Like I can't even say I don't know what his life's like, but from what I see and what he's presenting to us, I don't like it.
So that being said, can I ask you about BMAC? Because I was watching when you and BMAC were on screen together,
Yeah, for sure.
and I felt like at that moment when you two were together that the situation had softened, but I also know that BMAC, I could tell he's a little off in terms of how he apologized. He always has that grin on his face, and I think it's
Oh,
a
right, you
tick, to
said
be
that,
honest.
yeah.
Yeah, but I was curious because, like I said, I thought when I saw you in BMAC, I thought things had been kind of like softened. So did that turn? Do you still have like a real
No,
problem with him?
so BMAC. So here's my thing: is like I'm like the Garrett. I was like, hang on, get off the table. Sorry, my cats are being get off the table. Like with BMAC and like say Gary, because Gary says misogynistic things all the effing time, but I feel like he's not coming from a place of maliciousness. Where I feel like because Rob, again, I don't know him, but in my brain and what my experience, like I feel like Rob comes from a place of maliciousness, but also when you start throwing around like racist things, I'm gonna get mad, real mad about that. So I'm a woman, right? Well, clearly. But like, so like when BMAX said, "Oh, like I fight women," and a lot of the guys got so mad, I'm like, that's not even the worst thing I heard today. Like walking around as a woman, like you hear so much dumb shit all the time. Like I can't even take that seriously.
The worst part of it was the ease and the comfort of it. Like,
yes, like
you can tell
he's just out of
if I
jail.
make a stupid joke at you, you're like, all right, it's Nick. He's fucking around. It's in the delivery. I think the ease and the comfort of it for him is what made it like even worse.
Right, but you do understand?
Wait, for Rob or for
BMAC
BMAC?
I've weighed
BMAC is
that.
not.
I've weighed I've weighed that side of it. But then standing, something that I can't do, 10 toes down on it as you got the feedback about it, even more.
Like, oh, you're really gonna beat up women? Yeah.
Like if
but you're
I
talking
said
about
to
BMAC,
Kate Grace
right?
that comment right now, and anybody in the chat thought I was serious, I would immediately walk it back. Be like, guys, we're friends.
Yeah.
If you
The
might
way
not
you
know
doubled
the situation,
down.
me and Jen joke. I maybe went too far with the joke, but there's no malice in my comment whatsoever. The fact that he was just like, nah, man, fuck it. I do it. Like, that's the part where I think that even more of the trouble lies. Going back to the other person we discussed.
Yeah.
It's the mindset. It's the no issue with a lot of the shit that you do. And then when you get called out upon it, it's like, oh, wait, you're supposed to forgive me. I said I'm. That's not how the world works.
Yeah.
I think we put so that I want to get a little serious here, but I think that there's some of our regulars that aren't very socially inclined to fit in every situation, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very it seems like a safe space, but it's a dangerous space because you're on screen and you're communicating with people that maybe have their wits about them, that have everything in their life figured out. And then there's some people that need some help and they maybe aren't in the best environment. And if they were to see a psychiatrist, maybe the first thing the psychiatrist would say is, you should not be on this Zoom YouTube thing. It's probably not a good place for you. And I think we have to remember that some of these people, they're going to do things where it's like, and I'm not talking about Rob, I'm talking about
Generally.
BMAC. I'm talking about a few others.
BMAC. Okay.
Okay. Now, Beast Breaker is a perfect example. Okay.
Yeah.
Not always like, that's probably not the greatest place in the world for him is to
Might
be
the comment of the night.
on a
Might
jet
be
show.
in the lead for comment of the night. You're expecting us people that spend hours on YouTube to be normal?
Yeah. Well,
Chris, I love your not being normal. Real
Man.
quick, guys. I don't know when this came in and I missed it. It came in a while ago. I'm sorry, Knob. 11 months. He will be our first 1-year member in a couple weeks.
There you go.
You guys are performing a serious fucking public service here. This is God's work that you're doing, and I love you for it. You make life worth living. Oh, Knob. I love you, buddy. I love you.
My homeboy. Love you in a gay way.
What is normal?
Exactly. It's subjective.
Yeah. But, I mean, look, some of the stuff, I love Bobby, but some of the stuff that he said would probably, if somebody else said it, would get them canceled forever.
100%.
So we have to have a balance about, who are we okay with saying certain things and who are we not? I mean, just as an example, Nick, you replay the Bobby ching ching chong chong thing.
Oh God, so
Bobby, don't.
What the fuck was that?
I mean, we think we know that's hilarious, right? But if somebody else had done that, maybe it wouldn't be as funny.
It wouldn't have been accepted as well. Yeah.
Or you just say
I
you're
see
from
what you're saying.
Flathead. Knob comes in with a super chat. Welcome to a very special episode of the Nick Shine Show. Thank you, Knob.
Boomtown's exhausted. He doesn't want to do his thing tonight with what we learned. He's asleep.
Boomtown just went like this. God damn it, Nick.
Sorry, I brought my psychology brain into the conversation.
Now goes like this because the turn is too sharp and he starts to tip over.
But I mean, I absolutely see what you're saying, Gator, and you're 100% right. Like, I mean, because I look at Rob, I'm like, oh, I've seen guys like that in my life, and then like you put that on them, and that's not fair either. But also, I don't like him, so fuck him. So there you go.
This is the best combo on YouTube I've seen in a while. Well done.
Well, thanks, Jake.
Sweet.
It's
I love everybody.
Like
Everybody
chat,
should look.
shows.
Everybody should look at Mikey right now and the way that he's been embraced, and that's how everybody
And that
should
positivity.
look up to him as the bar that we should all rise to
I
be
agree.
like Mikey.
100%.
You know, it's the one thing you could say about this community that I think everyone will agree with. It's a very welcoming, it's a very embracing, and it's a very loving community. Until it's not. And when it's not, like, perfect example, if we have someone new pop up in the chat and they say something along the lines like, hey, found your show, first time here, enjoying it. I'll see that and say to the chat, hey, chat, welcome XYZ. Make them feel at home, make them feel welcome so they come back again. And they do it because we'll love you until we don't. And when we don't, is on you for your words, your behavior. Nobody just turns on anybody all of a sudden here. You know, it's shit you've done or said or been about that makes people turn.
And I will say this is probably a dig against us, but we are very cliquey also in the community. So if you say something like when he went after Jaden, the whole Nick Shine, like we were like, F that guy, because like that's our dude. Yeah. So like, not that we've been okay with it.
You gotta be one of us to make fun of Jaden. You gotta be in our group.
Some people don't react well when a bunch of people gang up and corner them.
That too.
They claw themselves out, even if they're wrong, right? We know that. So, you know, there's definitely and I go back to, you know, some people just don't have the social strength, the social ability to deal with all those kinds of attacks, insults, this and that.
Right.
I mean, one of the reasons why Bobby hates me half the time is I do something, if I do something funny and I make fun of three people and one of them's him, his initial reaction is to be mad at me, but then he gets over it and he's like, oh no, that's funny, but like, there has to be a little bit of an understanding that some people may not get that social cue of what's right and wrong because they're in this thing on YouTube that they shouldn't be in. There's a lot of people that I love watching them and I enjoy them, but this is not a good environment for them.
Oh, very valid.
It's a fair take. It could be cutthroat at times. It could be sink or swim at times. And not everybody's built for that. And if you are watching my show, Jake's, anyone's, and you leave that show angry, volatile, pissed off.
Yeah. What are you doing?
That should be a red flag that it's not the place for you, whether in that moment or if it becomes repetitive feelings that you're leaving that motherfucker. You got to self-assess, like self-awareness.
Take a break.
Since I've been sober.
Wait, Nick, when you always say
very fucking big for me.
Yes.
And like
when you always say
I should be in and not be in. I'm gonna get real here for a minute. I'm gonna get real.
Go, Nick, get real.
There's a chance at some point I'm going to get a full-time position at work. And most of the full-time positions, if not all of them, start at nights. I love getting home. I live in a sober home. I feel safe here. Not that I have like I'll go to a Jet game. I'll go to a bar, smoke a cigar outside, watch the game. I know the environments I can succeed in. I'm not looking forward to leaving work 11 o'clock at night and being out on the road every night. I like being here. I like being in my room. I like being on YouTube. I like having my safety and building my life around a structure to succeed, to make good decisions, to know that when I got to go out and I run my errands, I'm back home. My kids know I'm back home. I'm at a home at a time my mother doesn't have to worry about Nikki anymore like she did for many fucking years, So building a structure for me to succeed has been a part of this whole journey for me, And I think a lot of people need to look at their lives and say, what can I do to be better in this moment? What can I do to have a better experience at work, with family, whatever? So self-awareness, self-assessing is huge. It's absolutely huge. And if you keep repeating the same thing and it keeps bringing you, like what I did with drinking for many years, should have quit a long time ago. If you keep repeating bad behavior and bad things keep happening to you, you have nobody to blame but yourself. So that's that.
I don't think you want to say, because I am also do this. If it doesn't make me happy, I don't.
Hold on 1 second. After that. There we go. Yeah, you gotta balance it out in the show a little bit.
But no, this is gonna be a good thing. You want to say, if it doesn't make me happy, I don't effing do it. When I got into like my 30s, my mid 30s, I was like, no, what am I doing? If it doesn't make me happy, F this person, F the situation. If I'm happy and it's fun, I do it. If it's not, I don't. We should all live like that, or strive to live like that. I know it's easier said than done, but yeah.
Nick, one of the biggest challenges that people like you and Jake have, and definitely Bobby, but you guys have a knack for it, is as entertaining as the two boxes are on the screen, chatting back and forth. You have to know when something's gonna go really bad and dump it out. Okay. And that's a fine line that it's like, I want it to be entertaining, but I also don't want people to get hurt. So when do you drop out? And some shows can't throw that trigger soon enough.
Do you mean in the moment, or like in post production when you can like edit?
These are live shows, so they're all in the moment. So if two people, if you and I, Jay Gibbs, are chatting, and Nick sees that it's going south,
do that.
He's got to know how to dump me off. You know what I mean? Or dump you off, or whatever.
Right.
And that's a skill. And Jake has that skill. Nick has that skill. But there definitely is a line. It's like, I want this to be entertaining. I want it to go a little bit further, because this has really got everybody's interest.
Very fine line of getting up to the line and seeing it go past.
Yeah.
Now, again, I don't mean to pick on Bobby, but in his show environment, he does dump people, but maybe not soon enough, because it can get really bad at some point, and then you get people really hating. You get people saying things that they should never say, because everyone's got to remember here, this stuff lasts forever. So if you come on here as a guest and you say things, and you go on a job interview, and they decide to go searching the web, they'll find it and they'll see what you said, and they'll see, what kind of person you are. So you're putting yourself out there at forever,
Yes.
Every word I'm saying right now is could cost me in the future.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very aware of that too. Like, I mean, I do go off on tirades, and I won't cite Alan. Alan always wants me to be meaner, but I'm like, I don't think I'm ever gonna, people are gonna look at this, but you never know. Like, if I say things, I want people. I always say, even in my own life, like, I will never say something behind somebody's back that I wouldn't say to their face. So, like, that's my whole thing. If you wouldn't say to somebody's face, don't say it online.
Right, but would you go on a stage in front of 500 people and say that? That's the difference. Because when you're on this YouTube channel, you're on a stage talking to 500 people.
Or on Jake's show, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Jake's show is,
That's what I don't think enough people realize when they call into the show is that not only are they talking to, 10 or 15 or 5,000 people, but it's going to last forever. So you ought to be careful about what you say and how you say it, and know that, because it's going to affect your life if you say the wrong thing. It's take it seriously when you call into these shows. It's not a joke.
That's a very good point, Gator. I think more people should call in with that in mind, and I don't think a lot of people do.
Right.
And I mean, I definitely said things like, I'm after the fact, I'm like, oh, should I have said that? Because I do think, I'm like, that shit's online forever. But I mean, it is what it is.
It can't. Yeah, it's not going away.
Right.
Not
All
like
right.
a home
Well,
movie, not a home movie that you own and you keep in a drawer on a tape.
exactly.
You know, it's not.
What's
I'm gonna jump out of our TED talks. I'm exhausted. I've been up for a long time, but I want to just kind of give you some insight into like some of the other shiners and kind of how we feel and we do our DPs and like kind of talk about things and so yeah.
we
Without
don't we
rehashing,
don't
yeah.
talk much. Don't lie to the people. We don't talk much while we DP.
No, we don't
Not when
talk.
you're
The
there.
We,
DP is a safe space, right?
Yeah.
no, we don't talk at all.
If you use the right assistance, it could be very safe.
Good.
Yes. No,
That's
DP is
good.
safe. I just mean like we rehash things and talk like, oh, this guy, like, whatever. DP again, safe space. It's like Fight Club. What is in Fight Club stays in Fight Club.
There you go.
25, I'm looking at you. He broke the rule first day off the bat.
He did, but he
He
learned.
did.
And
I
you know
heard
what?
that. I heard
I
that.
broke it a few weeks ago, and Rick and others schooled me and said it. So
We all
I,
make mistakes.
I broke my rule. So like, that was the main rule I made when it happened. But it happened. But you know what? It's nothing's in malice. And
Well, people have said even before this that, oh yeah, I'm the DP, like on Jake's show. Like, why are you talking about that? We're talking about somebody in the DP. Like, so it's already out there. So that's why I said it. If that wasn't already out there, I would not have said it. But like
you
Gator
know what it
said,
is, though? I
on the
take it as
internet
a
forever.
compliment. I take it as a compliment that shit we may have discussed has been so impactful in people's lives. They just have to talk about it elsewhere.
Right. All right, guys. Have a good night. I'm going to bed. I will see you all tomorrow.
Good night. Good
Thanks,
talking
guys.
to you. Cheers.
You too.
Yeah,
Bye.
I love you.
You're my homeboy.
Number.
Cincy Matt with a great comment. Gator being so level-headed and zen is hilarious, knowing he's probably making another Beastbreaker animation after this. Well, that was something that I had said. Gator, as he said before on Jake's show, he was going to bat big time for Beast. And I busted his balls during the conference call, and I was like, that's because you have so many fucking videos you made of him. You can't have him get eliminated early. You're emotionally and time invested into Beast.
It's more than that, though.
I know.
He makes me laugh so hard. I find him just absurdly hilarious. I can't help myself, but like that's my sixth sense of humor. And I wish he wouldn't do a few of the things that he does. We all wish he had better internet, but I think he's gotten a lot better. I do think that I'm afraid if he gets on screen with Dave Briga and the two of them start going at it, I think Jake might get demonetized.
You're gonna get oh man, I know that'd be more work for Jake, but what about like pre-taped segments?
For that one, you might want to do that, yeah.
Right? Like there might be some that need to be pre-taped.
Or just, you know what? Just say, you know what, as great as it might be, I think we'll just avoid this one. We'll go on one at a time. You know?
Yeah.
Because even King Lowski and Beast would be an absolute nightmare.
Or what if you had like Jake, people email you like videos less than like 40 seconds to present their case, and like
Nobody has the technical
pre-edited.
ability to do that. Have you seen the bracket? How many people in there know how to use their phone?
If it's people we're concerned about. You know,
Yeah,
the controversial people or the controversial matchups. You know what I mean? If it's Quest against Ted, you don't need that. You know, if it's Bobby against Black Gypsy, you might need that. You know, there are certain, and that's part of the kickback of the intriguing matchups that we created, is that there is some volatility out there, and that usually brings out the worst in people, but it makes for entertaining viewing, no doubt.
Here's the absurdity about Beast that I love. I'm just going to give you a quick example. When Jake had called in, let him into the show finally about the bracket, which should have been this exciting thing. Beast had his guitar and just wanted to play a guitar riff. You know what I mean? Like completely disconnected from what the show was about at that moment. It was just like, and now comes another rock anthem. Like there was no discussion at all about his seating and who he's facing and this and that. I find that so funny. I guess
Yeah.
not everybody does, but so much of what he does just cracks me up. I think is hilarious.
Yeah. Uh, it it's intriguing. It's interesting. It's entertaining. It's sad a little bit. All the things that we discussed earlier.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, the snoring and the sleep apnea is definitely scary. Like there's a lot
Yeah.
of adjectives to use with that person, but it's part of Jake Asman's world. You
And
know,
how wild was
you
it
get
that
the serious
we got to
callers.
see him we got to see him go out, and he bought a whole big bag of peanuts for the squirrels that he feeds, and he was out in pub. Did you see that one?
I've
He
heard
actually
about it.
goes into a Petco, and he knows the guy there, and he goes up with like a bag of peanuts the size of a dog food bag, like a big giant one,
Uh,
that he feeds the squirrels. He has pet squirrels, and he's talking to the guy behind the counter, and he's like, "But he's Beast Breaker. He's not even like hiding it. That's who he is when he goes to
I
Petco."
know.
And was fascinated by that. You know,
Yeah, and
he's in
that's the
Wendy's. He's calling from Wendy's. He's shouting out loud, and there's people sitting all around him. He's like, "I'm having this, and I'm eating this," and I mean, it's just. I find him so entertaining. I'm sorry. I know you don't like the guy. It's fine.
no, it's
I
not.
I
I mean,
find him hilarious.
there is a large amount of pity. It's not that I don't like the guy. It's I don't know. It's you know.
Look, getting back to serious, he is another example of somebody that probably shouldn't be calling into a show. Um, Probably shouldn't be. But for now, we're enjoying it. But it could go south at any time, and I think you know, unfortunately for Jake, he's going to have to ride that line as to like when to hit the dump button.
Yeah,
You
like
know.
it's there's like in StreamYard on the bottom is where each person's camera is. And if you highlight over that, it says remove. I bet you Jake has it highlighted on remove the entire time when Priest is on, because you never know.
Yo,
You never know. And you got to try to be like, you got to think like Beast and where he's going with shit. But sometimes you can't even react quick enough with how quickly he says this stupid shit. But it'll be entertaining. It's anybody who's polarizing, anyone who has that lightning rod attached to them, anyone who people have formulated opinions on, it's going to be interesting. And the biggest thing is who's there in the chat the day of the vote. Is it a Sunday afternoon and people are out and it's a lesser crowd for Jake, a lesser, 350? And is it a day that the Jets signed somebody in the middle of March and there's 1,700 people watching the live stream because we just got a free agent signed? So the days are going to matter. They can make a huge difference, right? Some people who not everyone who watches Jake Show, and this is the side effect of 41,000 plus. When big news happens, there are fans who say, "All right, I got to go to that show. I go to Jake's show." We know that. We see the numbers spike when big news happens. The people in the chat you don't see on an everyday basis. They might have a say in something they fully don't participate in. So there's a little bit of a luck of draw to it too, which I think is interesting, right? Some people who maybe haven't watched since the Jets were good in October, we've all seen the super chats and Jake, I'll support you. I just can't watch this team. Those people might be like, who the fuck is Mikey Midnight? Who the fuck is Beast? These guys weren't here the last time, and either fall in love or be left out in the dark. But it's going to be a lot of fun.
There was a guy that called in the other day. I want to say it was maybe the Thunder Kiss or Thunder Lips guy. I'm not sure, but his kid was there, and he said to Jake, he goes, "Oh, he's like my kid. He sings the Beast Breaker song all the time. He loves it." And I had this vision in my head of like this kid loving Beast Breaker. Like he's gonna have some fans, he's gonna have some, I know, like the chicken and pasta song, like some people just attach themselves to that. It doesn't necessarily mean they love Gary, but it's like they associate it with him and they're like, I love that guy because it's the chicken and pasta guy. So a lot of times too, we kind of help build up this aura around somebody as like they're partly this because we've packaged them in some way, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah.
whenever people get built up in any aspect of life, people love to see the fall, but they also love a comeback. So nothing's permanent. If you're somebody who might be on a downswing, you can always bounce back. But
Yeah.
Gator, I appreciate the talk. Very unexpected.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. My wife's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Just blame me. She's like, I was talking to Nick. She'll be like, oh, okay. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for all you do for the show. I appreciate
Cheers,
it.
buddy. Love you, man.
Love you too, pal. Have a good night.
Cheers.
Sorry, Mrs. Gator. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've passed the 2-hour mark. For those of you in the chat who may not have been here earlier, I think I've calmed down from my coffee high. I'm going to try to get this right, okay? I purchased this sauce. Nope, fucked up already. I purchased a Sauce Gardner autograph mini helmet. I will be collecting entries. How do you get an entry, you ask? I'll tell you. A $5 super chat gets you an entry. A $20 super chat gets you 5 entries. A bonus one for free. A $50 super chat will get you 15 entries. You get 5 bonus entries. Memberships. Gift a membership, boom, entry. Give 5 memberships in one shot, you get a 6th entry for free. Give 10 in one shot, you get 15, 5 for free. I did okay there, I guess. I think I did all right. Wasn't even reading. ISU notices a pattern. Nick apologizes to the missus a lot. I'm sorry, Mrs. ISU. I didn't know you were there. I should have asked first. Those are some of the things that happen in a place that I can't speak of. But ladies and gentlemen, the great Rick Kent, who was there watching. Thank you, Rick. I love you and appreciate your support. Gifted 5 memberships that went to Peter Castro, Matt P, DLB, One Jet's Arm, Freddie McKnight, and Mercy Fate. I have a question for you guys. Are you guys okay with me giving Mikey Midnight my chances that like I'll purchase memberships? It's not going to me, it's not going to Nikki. Are you okay if like when I purchase a membership, it goes to Mikey and Mikey can have some raffles? I don't expect Mikey to pay, the show, but I would like to give him some chances to win it. I thought that would be all right. But as always, you guys drive the chat. You drive the show. You tell me. No, Nick, stupid idea. Okay, do it. I listen to you guys, even though I shouldn't. Well, perfect segue, because I gifted 1 because Rick gifted 5. I will put 1 on top of it to help give back to this awesome effing community. And it went to Bobby's Butternuts, who are related to Mikey. All good, all good, all good. All right, awesome. All right, so I'll do that. The ones that I gift will go towards Mikey. Give him an opportunity to win something. And I'm telling you guys right now, Mikey makes the semifinals. I am going to send Mikey a gift that will pretty much lock up the tournament. I think Mikey doing what I have in mind, he might win it without this. I just think it'll be a tremendous moment, and I'm going to laugh my balls off. Cincy Matt with his 3-month super chat, thank you. Sauce will have a great season. I go to every Cincinnati home game. Loved watching him. Awesome. And thank you for being here, Cincy. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, we're getting an upgrade at quarterback, man. 6 wins minimum. I can't wait. I told Jake that I will host a 6th win celebration when the Jets hit 6 wins next year because we did better without Aaron Rodgers. Book it. Put it in your planner right now. I'll even be bold enough to say it's before Thanksgiving. 6 wins before Thanksgiving for the Jets? Nick, you must be on drugs again. No, wrong. I'm not. Shame on you for suggesting that. No swirling on my lips took place. Jets got rid of a top 5 receiver and top 5 all-time QB. Well, he's not playing like a top 5 all-time QB. You don't get rid of a top 5 all-time QB if they're playing like a top 5 all-time QB. Come, if you're going to talk shit, talk intelligent shit. That's all I ask on this show. If you want to give me pushback on my take, give me pushback on my take. But be fucking intelligent when you do it. Who cares what he did 15 years ago when he won a Super Bowl? It's not what he's playing like now. He's decreased with his QBR the last 4 years he's played. And now Clancy's upset. I hate making Clancy upset. Oh, Stack's got some stats. Aaron Rodgers was ranked 29th from 2021 to 2024. That's weird. He's a top 5 all-time QB, which I agree with, but he's not playing like it. He had the 4th-ranked pass protection offensive line, but he was 9th in sacks. Do you know what that means? He's holding the ball too long. He's not seeing the field well, dude. Get out of here. Goodbye. Thank you for subscribing, but stop. Why we had no run game? Because he fucking told the defense it was going to be a run by not doing all his checks. Jesus Christ. All right. I love you, Clancy. I'm sorry. I didn't want you upset. Dennis Gorman, very concerned. My suspicion my son is on dope, Nick. I could have sworn I smelled pot coming from his room. I'm watching him. I called Charles earlier. I said, Charles, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just hanging out. I go, Jake released the bracket. You're the number 1 overall seed. Can you go call in? All right. Good to know. And then he said good to know like a dozen times on the show. And I was like, Charles, is there anything bad to know? But Jake didn't put the comment up. Yeah, that was a little concerning. Definitely wasn't him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. What time is it, you ask? It's time for What Did We Learn Today? What did we learn? There's a lot. There is a lot. Anyways, Captain America is a great film overall, despite what the critics said. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it a lot. When I get home, I'll sit down and have my full review, but wanted to give you an immediate out of the theater reaction. Big Fella says, Nick, Charles needs to get some energy. I tried, but he acted like he had a marathon jerk-off session earlier today. fair. It's fair. Big fella, I saw what you did on Jake's show earlier. Are you having a good time here? Big fella, you're a fucking legend, dude. You're a fucking legend. Good stuff before, man. That was great. I'll give Charles a call. I was supposed to try to get there today. Had a screw in the sidewall of the tire. It's not the sidewall, it's the first layer of tread. It's not leaking air, but Mavis wanted way too much. I'll go get a used tire at another place, but I was supposed to go by Charles's and drop off a package for him that Ricky New York sent to me to give to him. So I do plan on seeing him at some point this week. Tom Ace learned Mikey's still waiting on his autographed 8x10 of Jay Graves. Well, it's right here. To Mikey. Oh, God damn it, Nick. To Mikey, you are so sexy. Love, Jay Graves. Sauce. Savior of the universe. Let's see, what else did we learn? Hold on, let me back up. I learned that if you vote for Johnny Boy, you love America and the New York Jets. Johnny Boy 2025. I'm a very loyal person. I've never met Jason in Jerusalem. I've never talked to him, but I will be voting for him because I've met Johnny. And yes, support Johnny. Support all the Shiners who are in the Asmaniac tournament. And then vote for your own. ISU. I learned you never know when a good therapy session can break out. Peace, love, and high roads to all of you. And yes, I know high can mean many things to different segments of the viewing audience. Nice. Very nice. Well said. Very well said. Nathan, I learned that Jen Graves is an amazing human. Absolutely. Tom Ace, I learned Mikey is still waiting. Oh, I did that one. Bloop, 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 bloop. Robert C, we learned psychology and psychiatry. Very nice. Jay Graves, today I hope learned that Nick's Gator in my TED Talk didn't lose too many viewers. Alan, I learned that Jets Johnny might upset me in round one in spite of the fact that 90% of the people do not know who the hell he is. Could he win sitting in a basement like our previous president did? Jesus Christ, Alan. I love Alan. I want Justin Fields because he is fast. That's not why I want Justin Fields, numbnuts. Why I want Justin Fields is because he has talent. He was drafted highly. He's shown the ability to run. It would open up RPOs for him and the running backs. It would create tight ends being wide open because the linebackers would have to freeze to respect the run. Other quarterbacks who've been drafted highly and have bounced around the league that have found success are Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. We had Geno Smith leave here, even though he wasn't drafted highly. When you have talent, sometimes it just takes getting with the right coaching staff and the right scheme to bring the most out of you. Those are the reasons. 2 hours, 18 minutes into the fucking show, screen record the video and jerk off to it later, jerk off. That's why. Also, random follow-up, Johnny Boy already did. So he beat you to the jerk off. You don't want to know what I learned tonight. Well, Rick, I learned that you're a legend. Infrared, I learned that Alan is actually a great person after all. Dave Brigga learned that Gator is enthralled with Beastbreaker. Big fella, I learned way too much today. Way too much today. 2 ways? No way. You say? Stop. I have to figure out how to turn the autofocus off of this new camera. It's driving me nuts. I don't know if that's going over the air like that. Do you guys see me being in and out of focus a lot? Because I'll fix that if I can. I'll check the settings. All right. Yeah, that's the camera doing the autofocus. I don't know why. I'll figure it out. I'll take a look at the details, see if there's some sort of setting I can look at. No, it's looking StreamYard. Camera. I was really. No, not there. Might just be the camera. I'll have to look at the camera and see if there's a way to access it. Want a guy that knows how to deal with a jerk off? Vote for Johnny Boy. Oh, Stack, don't worry. Later on in the place that we're not allowed to talk about, I will ask you about something I'm not supposed to talk about. Jay Graves, a fan of jerking off? Breaking news! ISU, did you try turning it off and turning it back on? Sorry, just trying to figure out what corporate IT would say. Well, there is a little thing that closes. A lid, trap door, booby trap, whatever you want to call it. Boomtown, what did you learn? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a moment here. Boomtown, don't post it yet. Don't post it yet. I'm going to take a minute here. And I'm going to do something he's not going to like. He doesn't call in very often. He lets his voice be heard with the note-taking. He lets his voice be heard with the What Did We Learns on my show. He's a very good friend. He's somebody that we have a lot of discussions privately about things. And I think Boomtown is a fucking treasure to this community. I know most of you know that already, but all of this, the tournament, the What Did We Learns, would not be possible without the man, the myth, the legend that is Boomtown. So I know you do it already, but if you talk to him privately in the DP, give the guy some love. He puts in a lot of time, a lot of effort. If he misses a show or he's late, he's watching it in 2x speed to catch up. He's an awesome viewer. He's an awesome chat member, and he's an awesome friend. So much love to Boomtown, who deserves all the praise and all the flowers, as the kids say. Boomtown learned Nick Skinny Face Shine is born. Nick nailed a couple of guys last year. This is an extreme close-up kind of show tonight. A big D is powerful. Sarah is a monster on the cricket pitch. Bonus, Nick does the reverse Rob with his beard. Nice. Sounds like the committee nailed it. Well done, Nick. Well done, committee. Nick actually needs Mikey to touch it. Mikey is the front runner for the Blue Lagoon sequel. Double bonus. Dr. Dre and P. Diddy also have no chance against Mikey. Nick has a secret plan with Mikey. Willing to bet most shiners in the chat are completely off guard at Mikey's rap skills. Triple bonus. If butts are involved, there must be fart sounds attached. Gator is a silly, goofy dude that likes farts. Festivus needs to be much more prominent holiday. Rick Kent wants to be entered. Quadruple bonus. There was no swirling on Nick's lips when he predicted 6 wins prior to Thanksgiving. Charles may be on dope. Charles low energy, likely to due to visiting the spank bank too often today. Tremendous. Tremendous. Hell yeah, Boomtown. You're the man, dude. You're the man. This show couldn't be what it is without you. The tournament couldn't even exist if it wasn't for you and your capabilities, abilities, and commitment to excellence. You're the man, dude. You're the man. Thank you for being a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, how can this man be stopped? Even when there's no music, he'll dance. Well, we're at the end of the show. Thank you, everybody. If you are someone who may not be interested in contributing on air and you want some chances, message me. We'll figure something out. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Thank you for watching. God bless. Be better. The only person you're ever in competition with in this world is yourself from the previous day. Find a way to just be better. Help someone. Do something good for the world. Find a way to make the world a better place. And if all of that fails, just pick on Alan. He doesn't give a fuck. He can deal with it. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. Soothing sounds of Blitz BK. If I can find it. There's so many videos. Oh my.
It's got me.
Gentry cover the fumble! Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime as Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic. Listen, I understand. I get it. Tom, you don't have to tell me. I know how much you love me. Listen, just because I said those things about Boom doesn't mean I don't love you. No, he doesn't mean more to me than you do, Tom Ace. Tom, don't say that. You don't mean that. Tom, listen. Boomtown is Canadian. You know I can never really love a Canadian. I know. You can use your pen better than he can use his, Tom. I know. Good night, everybody.